Hello, my name is Owen Mastalir, and this is my topic breaker for Google Analytics. So, just a little bit about me. My name is Owen. I'm going to be a third-year business administration major, concentrating in quantitative analysis, and I'm taking this class for a couple reasons. I think there are a lot of opportunities for success with the connections we make with our peers and our professor. I think there'll be a lot of personal investment, such as the Amazon Web Service certifications and just learning to code in different languages, and hopefully I'll have some fun. So, what is Google Analytics? Google Analytics is a free web analytics service offered by Google that tracks and reports website traffic. So let's dive into website traffic for a little bit. It's measured in visits by humans, so by definition, not robots, to the website. It could include many statistics, such as how long they stayed, how they made a purchase, how much this visit costs, and a whole bunch more. So let's watch this quick introduction video to just get a general overview on what Google Analytics is and how it works.
Hi, I'm Justin Catroni.
And I'm Krista Seiden.
We're analytics advocates at Google. Welcome to Google Analytics for Beginners. In this course, we'll take you through a basic understanding of Google Analytics.
We'll show you how to create and implement an account, set up views and filters, read basic reports, set up dashboards, perform basic analysis, and set up goals and campaign tracking.
To begin, let's start by defining digital analytics and why it's important. So Krista, what's the deal with digital analytics?
Well, Justin, people usually purchase goods in stages. In marketing, we have the concept of a purchase funnel. There are different stages within the funnel that describe customer interactions. A basic purchase funnel includes the following steps. Acquisition involves building awareness and acquiring user interest. Behavior is when users engage with your business. And conversion is when a user becomes a customer and transacts with your business. In the offline world, this process can be hard to measure. But in the online world, we can measure many different aspects of the funnel using digital analytics. We can track what online behavior led to purchases and use that data to make informed decisions about how to reach new and existing customers.
Think about an online store such as the Google Merchandise Store. It might have a goal to sell more t-shirts. Using digital analytics, the store could collect and analyze data from their online advertising campaigns to see which are most effective and expand those marketing efforts. For example, the store could analyze geographical sales data to understand if people in certain places buy a lot of shirts, and then run additional advertising campaigns in those areas. They could also use analytics to understand how users progress through their online shopping cart. If they notice that users have trouble with a particular step on their website, they can make changes to the site to resolve the problem.
Different kinds of businesses can benefit from digital analytics. Publishers can use it to create a loyal, highly engaged audience and to better align on-site advertising with user interests.
E-commerce businesses can use digital analytics to understand their customers' online purchasing behavior and better market their products and services.
And lead generation sites can collect user information for sales teams to connect with potential leads.
While we've primarily talked about collecting data from a website, Google Analytics can also collect behavioral data from a variety of systems, such as mobile applications, online point-of-sale systems, video game consoles, customer relationship management systems, or other internet-connected platforms.
This data is compiled into analytics reports, which you can use to perform in-depth analysis to better understand your customers and their purchase journey. Then, you can test out new solutions to improve your business.
Hopefully that was a little bit helpful with kind of understanding how Google Analytics works for the user. So, just a little bit more detail. This is what the dashboard for Google Analytics looks like. Here's the geomap, where you can see the active users and their physical location in the world. This is just a bar chart. Shows bounces in the country. This is a pie chart, shows how they maybe access the site, referral or Twitter. Now here's the timeline. So the x-axis would be time. The y-axis in this case is visit duration. And here's just a simple table. But one of the most interesting aspects of Google Analytics is right here, which is the active visitors. And that's because Google Analytics is constantly updating. So if you were on and you were looking at your dashboard, this number could be changing from 6 to 7, and for some sites in the millions. So that was just one version of the dashboard of Google Analytics. It's very customizable. This is another one where it's showing the keywords, not unlike the keywords that we use in Mimic Pro. Here, you see the total unique searches, and here's search exits. You see 1.8% are leaving. These are just 3 I've chosen to highlight. If you want, you could look at many more, such as time after search refinements, etc. This is one last version of a stylized dashboard, just another way to demonstrate how customizable Google Analytics really is. These are mostly just graphs using time as the X and some other metric as the Y, such as conversions, global conversion rate, unique page views, bounce rate, etc. So let's look at the impact of Google Analytics. Companies we've all heard of, from Airbnb to Spotify, are all very active in Google Analytics, as nowadays you need those analytics to further cater to every individual and make their experience as good as it possibly can be. So this is a chart of the top 10,000 websites in the world, and 88.9% of them are using Google Analytics right now. Of the top 100,000, 86.4% are using Google Analytics. Of the top 1 million websites, 68.8% are using Google Analytics. And across the entirety of the internet, which is a hard metric to count because some pages can't be visited, but for the best assumption, approximately 27% of all websites in the entire world use Google Analytics. So what makes up Google Analytics? How does it function? Well, there are 4 major components: collection, configuration, processing, and reporting. This is a general overview of how the entire process works, and I'm just going to dive a little bit deeper into each step specifically and each micro step just to see how the whole thing comes together. So the first step is collection. And as the name implies, it collects the user interaction data. Specifically, this step tracks, records, and organizes the data from the user with the website. Once collected, the data is set through Google's measurement protocol. How does this collection work? Well, the Google Analytics tracking code is implemented into every single website. This is just one little bit of a JavaScript file that's implemented into any website, and it'll load a much larger file. This much larger file then sends the information from the internet location, whether it be a website, an Android device, an iOS device, etc., to Google's measurement protocol. Then configuration happens. And configuration is what the website owner can actually modify. It allows the user to manage how the data is processed. So in the chart, there are 3 examples of how the data can be drawn for configuration: web interface and any API, which is an application programming interface, is what the user will see and interact with while visiting a website. So if a Buy Now button is at the bottom, you can configure said Buy Now button to move up to the top. That can impact how the user is interacting with the website, and that's actually stored in the configuration data, which is then sent to the processing step, along with the other data that was filtered through the measurement protocol. And processing is the step where the user interaction data is combined with the configuration data for the ultimate purpose of structuring into a queryable engine. So this is where the brute force of the calculations are completed and stored for accessing in the final step, which is reporting. So reporting provides the Google Analytics user with access to all of the process data. There are tons of APIs and web interfaces that are ultimately connecting to the query engine, which will result in the dashboard, which you can see one example of on the lower left. So in summary, the Google Analytics process works by collecting data, configuring the website, processing the data, and ultimately reporting the data to the user. This accuracy, free price tag, and customization offered by Google Analytics results in a competitive advantage unmatched by any other web data analysis. It is because of this advantage Google Analytics has become the world's most widely used web analytics platform. Thank you for listening.